Back for a quick one. We gotta beat the gym leader, so that we can force Connor to play run and button. That's the goal. Gotta beat the gym trainer, and then I think technically the trainer after that, but we'll get there when we get there. All right, let's do a little bit of research on the Pokemon. See what I don't know. Inner focus can't be flinched. That will stop the fake out play. Limber cannot be paralyzed. Gain this ability while okay. So cannot be paralyzed. Speed boost. Ooh. I think I know what that is. Yep. That's pretty spooky. Technician. Moves of 60 power or less have 1.5 power. Interesting. Water absorb and shed skin. Water absorb. Shed skin. So one has 33% chance to have its status cured at the end of each turn. Okay, okay. Then we got the Ayapapa berry. Restores one third max HP at 1/4 max HP or less. Uses if negative defense nature single use. Okay. Eject button. Heard of this one before. If holder survives a hit, it immediately switches out to a chosen ally. Interesting. Okay. Lumberry protective pads. Protective pads. Holders' moves are protected from adverse contact effects. Holders' moves are protected from adverse contact effects. Is that only its own negative effects, or would that also be like poison point on my Pokemon? Expert belt. Holders' attacks that are super effective against target do 1.2x damage. Okay. Brick break, mega punch, then headbutt, sucker punch, retaliate, headbutt, drain punch, double kick, incinerate, thunder punch, fork up, knock punch, slide, fake out, pursuit, bubble beam, ice beam, hidden power, grass, super power, faint attack. What's faint attack do again? Let's see here. So first, it's the Kubfu fighting type. Weak to flying, that's pretty good. It is, however, faster and 2-hit KOs. Inner focus will mean that Pickup doesn't do anything here. Kingdra showing that they're the best still. There is a less than 50% chance of 2-hit KOing. Blazel doesn't do enough. Timber doesn't do well. Nope. 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 Okay. Well, this is a problem. This is not good. We might have to use some items for this one. This is a bit rough. Hey, do any of my Pokemon deal with any of their Pokemon just straight up 1-to-1? Okay. That's fast. That's actually kind of interesting though. If we do a Prio move on the Lopunny, we basically get free damage. And then it switches into a Pokemon of their choice. So then they get kind of free damage in a sense. Alright, what about Combusket? Types. Kingdra showing itself to be pretty good still. Fortunately, Kingdra can't beat everything. This is looking pretty rough. Alright, first Pokemon. They are faster. Brick Break will 2-hit KO. Technically, no, it's still 2-hit KOs. Even with an Oranberry, it can 2-hit KO. We don't move faster, which is a problem. Unless we high roll the Aerial Ace, is technically an option. High roll the Aerial Ace. If we gave Staravia 31 speed, it would be faster. And then we could 2-hit KO. So something to think about. We're gonna start writing some notes on this. Staravia can 2-hit KO Fu if speed IV equals 31. What are other options for Fu? We can't fake out, or at least we can, but it's not going to flinch. Double check inner focus is what I'm thinking. Yep. Also immune to Intimidate, which is relevant with the Staravia, actually. We're not even going to look at Kingdra. Kingdra can do a lot of stuff. We need to save Kingdra for a better spot. Could start with Celio and Charm. It is 2, right? 2 stages. Which is pretty significant. Halves the damage, actually. Right? Almost halves the damage. It's a pretty big deal. We don't go first, which is a problem because they get to do like 80%, and they could just crit and 1-hit KO, and that would be pretty bad. This is the one where it's a bit problematic. Start here with Thunder Wave. Feel like a switch in potentially. You could also, we could basically Thunder Wave, risk either double high roll or a crit on the second attack in order to, is Crunch flinch potentially? Spark and Shockwave. Right, they have the Papa Berry, which what does that do again? Restores 1/3 max HP at 1/4 max HP or less. Which is kind of relevant. Actually pretty bad. So 6, it's 45. Okay, so it's only if we actually high roll or crit with the aerial ace. But if we crit, and as long as it's not hit 38, then we're chilling. I do feel like the Staravia might be more relevant against somebody else, is the problem. I guess not. I mean, it does good damage into the Hitmontop, but Rock Slide just does a little too much. Do outspeed. I want to say we don't get crit. No, because they get to Mach Punch still. Okay, we should probably look into some hidden power and secret power stuff now. Okay. What would benefit the most from a level up here? Okay. Okay, so I'm kind of liking this raise Staravia speed to 31 so that we outspeed Kubfu and 2-hit KO. I am liking this line. I think that's the move. We 2-hit KO. They're going to deal, let's say the most, let's say 34. So we'll go down to 20 if we don't have an Oran Berry. Or we'll go to 30 if we do. First it's going to look for someone who can outspeed. And then it's going to look for someone who can one-hit KO, right? Yeah, this Pokemon is faster and one-hit KOs. Or yeah, this Pokemon is slower but one-hit KOs. So, does Low Plenty fit that description? If we don't have an Oran Berry, no, it does not. Power doubles of an ally fan last turn. Jeez. So is that the normal amount of power then? Holy. What type is that? Normal? We don't have any ghost types, right? I don't think we can get any ghost types, as far as I know. Does half into rock and steel, but I don't think we have any rock or steel. Oh, Togedemaru is a steel. So we would want to switch into Togedemaru probably. Who would take 40% off the Retaliate. Who would fake out for 15. They Drain Punch, which is a fighting move. What else can we switch into? Thanks, Alter. We'll see. This is looking pretty tough, but potentially. Potentially. Don't go faster. We do have iron barbs. It is physical. Iron barb does 1/8, I believe. Eighth. So we deal 1/8 there. Wait, does that trigger eject button? Survives a hit. I don't think that counts as a hit. So, but it would switch out on the fake out. So that is something to keep in mind. You had to scroll all the way down. Take 40%. 60, which would be like 35. They will eject into somebody else of choice. So Combuskin is slower, but would 1-hit KO. Slower, faster, and will 1-hit KO. So they will always send in. Oh, but he can get 1-hit KO'd back, technically. Huh. Could risk a 50-50. And so this is current line. Toga Demaru takes salad from me. Fake out or eject button. Switch to Poliwhirl. Because if they're faster and 1-hit KO. Oh wait, that means they can't go for the spark. Duh. They will always go for the superpower, which is fighting type. I take that well. Kingdra, obviously. Who has water absorb, which means I'd have to either clear Smog or Twister for the kill. I can maybe switch into Kingdra here. Kingdra, like almost 3-hit KOs with Twister. How does Twister work again? 20% chance to make him flinch. Are we faster? We are not. So irrelevant. We'll do 19 or 21. More often than not 19. We would only need one of them to hit 21 or to not hit 18. That's not ideal. Not ideal. It's like can 3-hit KO, but doesn't actually 3-hit KO. So we need something better, probably. There's like nothing. It's like nothing great here. this again. One second secondary effects. That's 1.3x power and nullifies. What counts as a secondary effect? There's anything we can prevent eject button. There's a slight problem. What we can do instead, we switch into Togedemaru to take the retaliate. They're gonna go for a drain punch, which unfortunately will heal them because of the iron barbs. So it's kind of sad. We switch into Timber, who will 2-hit KO after taking 3 hits. Huh. Take 3 hits. If we don't, as long as we don't get crit, I don't think I can play around crits anymore, unfortunately. I don't think the eject button is that bad though, so I think this is still fine. We don't need to go for this line, this Timber line. Although Timber's pretty... I mean, the fact that Timber can effectively 1v1 the low punny is nice. I don't think we can 1v1 anything else. We can almost 1v1 the Poliwhirl. Almost. Oh, we can definitely 1v1 the Scraggy. Yeah. Scraggy can't do anything. Oh, Power Up Punch is actually decent. They are faster. Could low sweep to or low kick guarantee lowers speed, right? No, I'm thinking of a different one. Low sweep probably. That's really what it is. We don't have a prio move. And Bide might have actually been pretty good here. Could technically still get it. So this what deals double the damage taken? They would just rest on the second one. Yeah, never mind. It wouldn't work. This is gonna work. How is this gonna work? Okay. So let's say, let's get back to the start of this. So Kingsdrew can 3KO Poliwhirl with Twister, but emphasis on can. I think I want a better line. We're at Togedemaru when they switch into Poliwhirl. Superpower sees a kill because we took a retaliate. We've already fake outed in this instance, in this scenario. We are not faster unless we raise our speed IV. Oh, then we only tie. We could change our... Oh, wait, doesn't nature cost like 3 or something? Curious how much a nature change costs. Change nature. 3 heart scales. Yeah, no, never mind. So I cannot do that. Minus speed is getting me here. Don't think there is necessarily great option for this line where I go to Tokudamaru fake out on the low punny. I can almost kill it with Timber and then switch into something to finish the kill. Which could be Kingdra, honestly. We switch into Timber. We have an Oranberry on it. We just, I guess, hope we don't get crit. We wake up slap twice. We switch into Kingdra. Poliwhirl will do any of his 3 moves. Actually, any of his 4 moves, right? Because they'll superpower for 23. And then they'll do either one of these. Let's say it's 46. So it's 19 with the Oranberry, so it goes to 29. As long as we don't get crit, we can do 2 wake up slaps. Go to like 6. They can do any of these moves. We switch into Kingdra. As long as it's not superpower, we take very little from it. We'll basically take a superpower plus something. Worst case scenario, we take 50% damage. Kingdra. In this case, in this scenario, we be at 35% on the Staravia. This is not including an Oranberry. Togedemaru takes the Retaliate, which takes, I believe, 40%. Yes. So 60%. %. We switch into, so this line we would actually switch into Timber. Timber throws 2, what's the move? Wake up slaps. And we'll be at 9% after the Oranberry. Which Kingdra kill and is at worst at 50%. will probably determine what gets sent out. So we gotta look at some branching options here. In this scenario, Kubfu and Poliwhirl are dead. And we have 4 hurt Pokemon. Probably have to make a sacrifice here if I'm taking a guess. We have the rare candy. I think we have something that levels up. Let's see. Gudamaru does not evolve. Weasel evolves into Floatzel at, I assume that's saying 27 there? Timber evolves into Girder. Oh, right here, so it says level 25. 26. It's into Houndoom at 24. What's this thing? Steenie. Level up with Stomp. What does that mean? Level up knowing Stomp. Interesting. Is there a way for us to get the TM Stomp? No? Okay. Anywho, it's zoomed in here. This is kind of rough. I don't know how it is. Oh, that's right. We're looking into Evolution's Shellos. Evolves into Gastrodon at 30. Clauncher and Electric just evolves, so just the Clauncher. And Clawser level 2. Okay, so we don't have any Pokemon that evolve from my level up. How much does a level up raise stats? So attack 44, speed 24 by 1. Okay. So we could theoretically hear me out. We could theoretically, with the Togedemaru, make it the speed IV 31 and level it up to be faster than Poliwhirl. Wait. Yeah, we have to, and then level it up. Oh, we actually don't even need to do that then. Oh, no, we do. So that's a big difference in one level. Still doesn't fix the problem though, so. Where are we at? Kingdra kills 50%. Kingdra kills the Poliwhirl while at 50% in this scenario. That will send in, let's look at party order. Lopunny is faster, but does not do more damage than it takes. Not faster, is faster, can roll to deal more damage than it takes. Not faster. What did I switch into then? What's nice about this is that even if the Poliwhirl does less damage, we still get the same switch in this case. So then it would just be someone who's faster, right? So post KO switch, AI's Pokemon is faster. I do like the zoom in. It's faster and one hit KOs it. That's not true for any of them. Slower, but one hit KOs it. Not true. Faster and deals more damage than it takes. I don't think that's true for anybody. It's not true for Lopunny. Definitely not true for Combuskin. I think it could roll for Hitmontop. And not true for Scraggy. So there's a chance it rolls for Hitmontop to be faster, right? Otherwise, it's just faster and then in order, which I believe would just be Lopunny. So can switch Hitmontop. Likely Lopunny, who is at it would have taken the Iron Barb from Togedemaru plus a Fake Out. And Iron Barb was 1/8. Fake Out against Lopunny would deal 9. 1/8 of 59 is 7, so it deals 16 damage. Putting it down to 43, so 73%. Is at 73%, and we have a Kingdra at 50%. And we 2-hit KO. This is after Orin, isn't it? Hold on. No, it's not necessarily after Orin. So we're going to say we have an Oranberry. Because then if Lopunny comes in, but then they retaliate for double. Shoot. Which means we switch back into Togedemaru. Again. Who hopefully doesn't get crit. And then we deal another 8th HP. We Fake Out again. And then it's going to want to Drain Punch. We're going to say we're down to 20%. If we have an Oranberry, we go to 22. They will always Drain Punch. And we'll have taken an additional 27% damage. Where's Limbermeat again? Can't be paralyzed, sure. So it'll always Drain Punch, and we'll be at 46% HP. Who takes Drain Punch the best? Kingdra, as usual. We could switch back into Kingdra. We can't really switch back into Kingdra. It doesn't work. Who takes a Drain Punch the best? Timber, but Timber's at 9% in this scenario. So,
Let's hear it.
hear what?
Did you do it yet? Or are you still cooking?
I'm cooking because this fight is kind of fucked. I don't know if I don't know if I can do this. I think I might be screwed.
Remember, you got heart scales. You got.
Yeah, but the heart skill isn't.
Candy.
Yeah, but the rare candy doesn't evolve anybody, and so it's doing pretty minimal work.
Did anybody learn a move?
I didn't look into that. Oh, I mean, from the leveling up, I didn't look into, but I could learn hidden power. I haven't checked for that yet.
You gotta check hidden power too.
Yeah, because I think the current line I'm looking into is not ideal. I'm already using a heart skill for the line that I'm looking into right now. I think is my best line. It's Timber learn for the hidden power move.
Okay, bro.
What?
What were you looking at when you were looking at the difference between Kingdra and Seedra?
What do you mean?
Seedra to Kingdra gets an extra 30 attack,
Yeah.
an extra 20 HP, an extra 50 special defense.
Yeah. But at the time, I was only using special moves. In fact, Seedra only learns, the only physical move it learns is Waterfall at 38. And so the attack boost doesn't matter. I was only facing against physical attackers.
You just didn't mention it.
Okay. No, I did mention the stat boost. It was getting stat boosts, but outside the HP, it was irrelevant.
Yes, you did mention some stat boosts. You just didn't mention the others. You know what I'm saying?
It's because the others were irrelevant for that fight.
Gotcha,
Outside the HP, the HP was the only relevant one, and funnily enough, that also didn't matter. I think the retaliate from Lopunny is.
What about the dragon typing? Did you take that into consideration?
What dragon typing?
It gains dragon typing when you go from Seedra to Kingdra.
I didn't at the time, but I did start calcing with it because I just leveled up and then was calculating. But I don't think it actually was. I don't think it was relevant there.
If you still have Twister, that gives it stab on that. Which I don't know why you wouldn't have Twister.
I do have Twister. Yeah, being Dragon type wasn't relevant for that last fight either.
Yeah. Just trying to give you.
Yeah.
Help.
There was a lot of changes, but it was funnily enough, the most relevant thing from doing that was removing Poison Point, which would actually prevent a Poison Point poisoning giving guts.
Yeah,
you were so that was actually the reason to evolve. Wasn't because of the stat boost. It wasn't because of the dragon typing. It was to actually remove Poison Point, which is super interesting.
Actually, I don't want to poison this. That's funny. I remember you saying that.
So it ended up working out for that reason alone. So the interesting thing here is I think because of Retaliate, I need to have Timber kill this Lopunny. And the way that I do that is I have Togedemaru take the Retaliate because it takes it the best. And then I don't fake out with Toge because I need Lopunny to stay in. And what's interesting is that Timber's sheer force ability prevents eject button. Well,
does it?
Hold on. Let me verify this once more.
I'm sorry, I don't think that's the case.
So sheer force does read this Pokemon's attacks with secondary effects have their power multiplied by 1.3, but the secondary effects are removed. If a secondary effect was removed, it also removes the user's life or recoil and shell ball recovery, and prevents the target's Anger Shell, Berserk, color change, emergency exit, pickpocket, wimp out, red card, eject button, key berry, and moringa berry from activating. However, I'm now realizing it has to remove a secondary effect for that to be true. And wake up slap, I don't believe has a guaranteed second effect. So
I don't think it does either unless
doesn't.
you are asleep.
Low kick does not. So I can teach it hidden power, which does, well, I don't know how necessarily this works because hidden power has that 30% chance to paralyze, right? Or maybe it's like 30% to do something. Oh, no, maybe I'm thinking secret power. I'm thinking secret power. Secret power has a 30% chance to paralyze, but I don't know if sheer force only activates if it were to paralyze or if it removes that chance entirely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's secret power is what I'm thinking of, though, not hidden power. I think it would. I think it would work. I might be able to put in the calculator. It might show me too. So if I do secret power, it's not showing it working as far as I can tell. Actually, I think it is working. But it doesn't fix the problem because the low plenty outspeeds me. And I no longer outdamage it. Timber learn a move if it levels up. Does not.
I'm playing hardcore Diablo on hotel Wi-Fi. This shit's so fucking jumpy.
Yeah, that's rough.
But if you hear me just scream, I've got really good resist right now. That's why I'm even risking it. I just did the riskiest thing without dying, so I'm okay. Did the Ancients, if you remember that.
Ancients. I do not, unfortunately.
The 3 dudes you have to kill right before the end of the game at Bale. Then you click the book and they all summon from the statues of themselves. So they fuck your shit up.
Fuck your shit up. Okay, so I don't have a way. Wait, or do I? No, because it will Draining Kiss. Every time, right? Yeah, it always... Or Draining Punch, rather. So when I switch into Timber, it's going to recover an 8th HP, and then I don't want to hit KO it anymore. Damn. Close. It was close to being there. I could put it pretty low before. This doesn't work. This fight is disgusting. Let's see if I learn any moves if I level up. Learns Whirlwind. Forces target to switch to a random ally. It's interesting. Very interesting. Random. And if I outspeed, then I just get to keep doing it until I get the person I want, right? I guess it's only if I outspeed, which is not the case. It's not the case for everybody. So I can just switch into somebody who's faster, and then it's a bit of a problem. Yes, Whirlwind doesn't do anything. Togedemaru doesn't learn anything. I could learn U-turn on Togedemaru though. Wait a second.
That's big.
That is really big, actually. Hold on. Because I fake out the Lopunny. They always send in Poliwhirl. I'll always superpower. Oh, right, but I'm not faster. That was the other problem.
You can use a hard skill and make yourself at 31.
Yeah, but I did that, and I only speed tie. Is the problem. What I can do is I can level up and hard scale, and then I beat it in speed.
There you go.
But then they don't send in Poliwhirl anymore, because then they see that I can one-hit KO and I'm faster. So then it just changes the fight anyway.
Okay, so calc around it, does that really matter?
Well, but then it kind of ruins the point, is what of this line. If they don't send in Poliwhirl after.
It sounds like it's not gonna like go that well for you anyway, from kind of how you're feeling and what you're saying.
Definitely. It's not going well at all.
So that's what I'm saying. Go ahead and calc the new line.
So if that were the case, they would instead send in nobody would outspeed. So they would instead send somebody who one-hit KOs and doesn't get one-hit KO'd in return. I would be at 59%. Combuskin would see that condition. So would Hitmontop. My understanding is that it goes in party order, so then it should be Combuskin. And then U-turn shouldn't really do anything relevant there.
I'm gonna get you out.
It would literally, yeah, it would get me out for 6% damage.
It's not just 6% damage, it's also a free switch, so you get to switch into somebody who's going to tank whatever it's dishing. You also get to be in a better position because you get to pick something that's going to come out. So it doesn't matter what it's switching into, you control the tempo.
Yeah, but ultimately, if I were just to do a hard switch, the only difference between hard switching and U-turn is the 6 to 8% that it does.
It's...
So ultimately, I would do 6 to 8%, which is not nothing, obviously.
You're slower, you know. You said they're slower.
Yeah, they're slower.
You also get to bait something. I don't know.
But I still bait it with the switch, hard switch. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like ultimately U-turn is only doing 6 to 8%. So unfortunately that line does not work. The U-turn might become relevant in a different line though. So I'll keep that in mind. But in this line specifically it does not. I think one of the big things is if I had a ghost type, it would be great to switch a ghost type into the retaliate from Lopunny.
I mean, just having somebody out that
Well, that's why it's Togedemaru.
speeds.
See if anybody else can tank the hit from Retaliate. It's pretty much only Kingdra, but Kingdra's too strong for him to be taking free damage like that. Yeah, it's only Togedemaru that can take it, which is unfortunate. So I think this has to stay the same. This part. Fake out, they switch into Poliwhirl. They're always going to superpower. I switch into somebody who can take the superpower, which is currently Timber, but probably needs to be somebody else. Okay, let's see if anybody else learns moves. Kingdra. Basil. Timber. Caddy. Steenie is kind of useless right now, which is really.
I did it. I beat normal on my Steam Deck. Now I get to do cow level.
Time to cow around. Electric. Yeah, nobody learns any moves. I'm leveling up anyway. Poliwhirl comes in, does a superpower. We can switch into. Switch into electric.
It's electric.
Just switch into electric. Who 2-hit KOs with Spark. And we just kept not get crit. Which is all I'm gonna have to hope for at this point. Switch into or electric. I keep electric.
Yo.
2-hit KO with Spark. Needs an Oran Berry to survive. Barely. $20. Yeah. I just gotta check if superpower has any other things I should know of. Oh, lowers user attack and defense by 1. That's... Oh, the user's attack and defense. Oh. Is Spark physical? It is physical. Oh, so just 1-hit KOs actually. Sick. I don't even need the Oran Berry. I just 1-hit KO because superpower lowers the defense. It also lowers attack actually, which makes them bubble beam instead, which is interesting. Okay, that's actually really good. One hit KOs. It OHKOs with Spark. We will have only taken... Take 20 off of that. And then 15 off of that, so we'll take 35 damage. So we'll be down to 24. Not including an Oranberry. So we don't have an Oranberry. Send in somebody who's faster and going to KO. Which would probably be Lopunny. Yep. Oh no, cannot one hit KO actually. So it would be potentially Combuskin, but based on the roll, it might not be Combuskin. It could be a handful of options, which is kind of unfortunate. If I have an Oranberry and go to 34, then none of them one hit KO. Then I get to guarantee that Lopunny comes back out. No, wait. Who comes out instead, actually? Get to guarantee anything, actually. Oh, wait. Actually, Lopunny definitely comes back out. Because Retaliate is now active again. So
Yes.
then I switch back into Togedemaru again. So they switch Lopunny.
There's no more eject button this time.
Yep. So now I get to switch Togedemaru. Who gets to take it. Unless it crits. We'll take another 40% damage and go down to 20% health. This is assuming I don't have an Oranberry. Lopunny will take an additional Iron Barb hit. So we'll have taken 14 plus the fake out. Fake out being 9. So 23. It takes 23 damage. Goes to 36. I get to fake out a second time for another 9 damage for free this time. So that's 27. For free. But then unfortunately I do not outspeed nor kill, and I get one hit KO'd by Drain Punch, which is what they almost definitely go for. It looks like they could technically roll on the other ones or something. I don't really understand how that works, but whatever. They will almost certainly Drain Punch. So I will have to switch. Toge, fake out. Lopunny at 46%. Now you find someone to take the Drain Punch and then kill. Yeah, Toge is at 21% here in that situation. All right, perfect. Yes. So the person who takes that is Timber.
It's going down.
I'm yelling Timber. Switching to Timber. Timber kills with Wake Up Slap. And should have taken 26% off of the Drain Punch, which will recover 15%, which means they'll be at 51%, but that still kills. So we're at 75%. Which means they will always either retaliate or headbutt. Headbutt can flinch, right? 30% chance to flinch. Fuck. That's not good. Which means we need an Oran Berry on in case that happens. But assuming that doesn't happen.
Who's on the field? Who's on the field?
Timber.
Okay, he has sheer force.
Yeah.
Also, what if somebody had under focus? He has
Yeah.
sheer force.
Sheer force, yeah. So we'll have taken a combined 62% damage, which is at 38%. HP left on Timber. So now that would be Cubfoo's dead, Lopunny's dead, Poliwhirl's dead. We have 3 more to go. We have... What's our electric going to be at? Hold on. Electric goes into Poliwhirl. Who takes... What does he take? Electric... Poliwhirl takes 20, their attack goes down, then takes 15, takes 35, so it goes to 24, so it's 41% no Oran. Okay, so we have 4 hurt Pokemon, and they have 3 Pokemon left. Timber's at 38%. Combuskin does outspeed. And we'll see a kill with Incinerate. Or potentially Double Kick. Either one. They're both kind of equally likely. Wait, no, with the Oran Berry, I'm more healthy, right?
Yeah,
so
you get 10 health.
Well, yeah, I'm just making sure that I did the calculation without it before I add 10 health. So Lopunny, I switch into a Drain Punch, which does 26, and then I take a Retaliate or a Headbutt, which does 36. So then that's 42, 62%. So it actually be 52%. So I should be at, yeah, I should be at 48% health instead. So then in that case, Double Kick will never see a kill. So they will go for the Incinerate instead. If they're always going to Incinerate, technically they don't always. They have a 2.73% chance to Double Kick. But if they're almost always going to Incinerate, what does Incinerate do again? Doesn't it like lower their own stats? Destroys the foe's berry or gem. Interesting. Good to know. Good to know. I would want to switch into... It does kind of suck that I lose the berry on whatever I switch into. Which means I just can't have a berry. It's Combuskin's speed boosts. Is annoying. Which I'll put at 49, which just outspeeds everything. It knows Thunder Punch for some reason too, so Water type doesn't actually even fix the issue. Probably have to sacrifice a water type here. Yeah. They have to sacrifice a water type here. Probably Blazel, who can Aqua Jet to deal 40% damage before he dies. Oh no, electric's already 40%. I could switch into Delcatty to throw a fake out to deal 25%. And then Combuskin will always double kick. Maybe I can switch into somebody for that. I haven't used Kingdra yet. Oh, it's definitely Kingdra. Oh yeah, I just switched into Kingdra. So they switch Combuskin. I switch Kingdra into Incinerate, which only does 6% damage. Kingdra, 2-hit KOs, and should take a total of 40, 80. It gets close. I basically died to a crit on anything but Incinerate. But I could also one-shot or crit. So there's that. But I will take a total of 82%. So I'll be at 18%. And I don't get an Oranberry because it will be incinerated. So Kingdra, 2-hit KOs at 18%. Then they have 2 Pokemon left. Kingdra does get outsped by Hitmontop, so they'll send out Hitmontop, who sees a priority kill with Mach Punch. I have Staravia, Toge, Electric, Timber, Kingdra, so I have one more Pokemon. Who can take a Mach Punch?
Yo, mama.
Oh, got him.
Fucking got him, mate.
Ironically, Kingdra, I think, was the original person for Hitmontop. Yeah, nobody else can deal with this Hitmontop very cleanly. Fuck everything up. This is where I might have to sacrifice something. I still have one more Pokemon I have to deal with. Things do again, technician and protective pads. Oh, they actually go for fake out because it's the first turn out, and as a prio as well.
Bitch, you guessed it.
Oh wait, no. I don't have King Dread 18%. Hold on. Oh, they always pursuit actually, which is the one where if I switch out. Ah, fuck. Never mind. It's actually even worse. No, they get to pursuit. They get a pursuit if I have King Drain at 17% HP. That's really, really bad. I lose my Kingdra, which is like my best Pokemon.
Yeah, so don't do that.
To redo like half the line, I think. Well, I don't have to redo half the line. It's really just how I deal with the Combuskin. We can learn water and power water. Nobody, great. Combuskin is fire fighting. Fire weak to water, ground, rock. Fighting is weak to flying, psychic, fairy. So I just need to find somebody who can do any of these 2 times effective moves while also taking any of the hits that Combuskin throws. Who can take any of the hits that Combuskin throws? Let's see. Just Kingdra. Out of curiosity, what does Kingdra learn? Dragon. Not 2 times effective. It is decent. Have the secret power. Normal type. Best bet. This doesn't really help me. It does actually. No, it doesn't really help. Kick. Is actually kind of relevant. Okay. I found something. If I heart scale Kingdra's special attack, I one hit KO with Bubble Beam. Which then means they send in Hitmontop. I will be at, take a total of 44%, so I will be at 56%. They send in Hitmontop, who will see a 2-hit KO. Be a 2-hit KO with Mach Punch. Oh, it'll always fake out first, right? It'll fake out into Mach Punch, I think. Let's assume it does 13. We're at 22. It's 50-50 between fake out and pursuit. Oh, it's 50-50 between pursuit and Mach Punch. Neither of which technically kill. But pursuit would kill if we switched out. So what we do instead is, instead of taking the fake out, we switch into something else to take the fake out. Back up to 44%. Or is it 46? That's 56%. That's what it was. First turn out, it will always fake out. My Toge is at 20%, so we can actually take a fake out. It can barely take a fake out. Fake out itself. Myself about Technician and Protected Paths. Technician was... Oh, right. This is 1.5x power. Is this including Technician? Okay, it is. It is. So Togedemaru can take the fake out, deal 1/8 damage back, fake out itself. 56 divided by 8, 7 plus its own fake out of 8. That's 15 damage. It goes down to 41. I'll be at like 1 HP. But then it pursuits. Then it guaranteed pursuits, and then I lose my Togedemaru. That's right. That's right, that's right. So I can't do that. In pursuit. What I can maybe do instead is switch into Delcatty. I'll lose my Delcatty though if I don't put him to sleep. I do move faster, but that's not good enough. Kingdra, Timber, Toge, Electric, Star Navy. I have one more. I can switch into. Okay, so there is an alternative option here where I let the Timber die to incinerate. I let Timber die to incinerate, which sends in Kingdra. Buskin will always double kick and will go first because of the speed boost. But I will one-hit KO with Bubble Beam, and I'll have an Oranberry, which is the relevant part. So I will be at 62% HP with an Oranberry. Then they send in the Hitmontop, who will always fake out first, deal 20%, 22% rather. I will go down to 40%, then back up to 50%. And it will outspeed me and 2-hit KO me, which is a problem. That doesn't fix anything. Boom, 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 boom. Switch into the fake out is the idea here. I think my best bet is unfortunately switching into Delcatty and just hoping I hit the 70% on the Sing. I think that's my only shot. I don't think I have another good line. The problem is this thing just kills everything too well. Just kills everything too well. But I have to go for the 70%. I think it's my only line. I might wipe here. We're gonna find out. Switch, hit on top. Switch, Delcatty into fake out. Fake out plus Sing plus wake up slap for KO. Well, I've only taken a fake out in that case because we are faster. Then their last Pokemon, Scraggy, will have taken a fake out from the Hitmontop, which deals 35%, so we'll be at 65% on the Delcatty. There is not a one-hit KO. So I Switch Raggy. So then I will play rough. Oh, let me double check that wake up slap will kill. Oh, it definitely kills because it doubles. Yeah. I will play rough to deal 36%. And then anything will kill. So I switch into Kingdra, who have only taken one hit and is at like 62%. Switch into Kingdra. Outspeeds. And I should be able to finish with Bubble Beams? Question mark. Doesn't have speed. 48%. Or dies a double power-up punch. Power-up punch is something I gotta keep in mind. Ooh. Yeah, that's actually really bad. They also have Shed Skin, which does... That's right, just cure status. It's not relevant here. Okay, so then... Power punch is actually really bad. I might have to sack one of these to beat it. I might just have to go for the Sing again. Sorry. All 6 Pokemon. Yeah, I think I'll have to sack someone is really the answer. Maybe Electric is the sack. Who is the sack? Who is the sack? Who's the sack? When I play rough, does 36%. Yeah, 100% here. Kill this too much. Could teach a hidden power. This is dark fighting. Dark fighting. 4x weak to fairy. These guys learn fairy hidden power. Learn fairy hidden power. %, here. Sack. Timber. No, I think it's just to go for the Sing and maybe sack the Delcatty if the Sing doesn't hit. It's play rough, Sing, wake up slap. I'm just hoping for the best at this point. I'm tired of cocking. Yeah, okay. So everybody gets an Orin. Alright, we're sending it. We're sending it. It's happening. Fuck it. I'm at the fuck it stage.
Oh shit.
We're at the fuck it stage. Is the fuck it
Did you
stage
click on 'em?
has happened. I have not clicked on anything yet. I'm making the party now. Timber is 1, 2, 3, 4. Arabia is number 1. Delcatty is the last. Toge is number 2. Kingdra is here. Staravia, Toge, Electric, Timber, Kingdra, Delcatty. We're not doing any hidden powers. We are using 2 heart scales. Not using a rare candy. Not using hidden power or secret power. Yeah, that's where we're at. Could try to use rare candy just to like gain a small edge somewhere. That's where we're at. Make sure everybody has an orange. You keep your silk scarf. Let me just double check you have your silk scarf. Yep, okay. Now we gotta do the IVs. Maximize IVs. Want to set Staravia's speed to 31. Speed to 31. Maximize Kingdra's special attack. 31. Okay. Then we're gonna run it.
Oh boy.
We basically lose to any crit. But we also do, I think, fairly well if we do crit as well. So it's a wash. Okay. Staravia will 2-hit KO with Aerial Ace, the Cup True. Make my party here. Okay. Electric. Kingdra. Delcatty. Alright, 2-hit KO with Aerial Ace. If we high roll, we can quick attack actually, which is we did not high roll. Wait. Why were we faster? Oh, duh, because I increased the speed IV. Doi. Never mind. because they had a prio move. It's fine. Doesn't particularly change anything. Okay, send out low punny like we expected. They should always retaliate, but that might change now that we're at 12. Yeah, now they can do any of these 3 moves. Because they all kill. So that does actually change things that happened. Togedemaru. Is actually fine. I think if they drain punch. Yeah. It's not ideal actually, but we still do this. They use headbutt, that's fine. And the iron barbs deal damage. We will fake out, which will activate the eject button. They should send out Poliwhirl, which they do. We are now going to switch into electric. Let's double check that they see the 1-hit KO. We're at 48 HP. They send in Poliwhirl. They should see a 1-hit KO with superpower. They just always send it anyway. We will switch into electric. Who will 1-hit KO with Spark because of the negative stats on superpower. Yep. And then we are slower, but they can't do anything about that. And Spark will always kill. They will superpower again. Even a crit doesn't kill. I guess they stable beam since they see that they're gonna die. Regardless. Oh, that's right. They superpower. I guess, yeah. They do that because they're negative attack, but I didn't put that in. Alright. So now they should send in low punny. Okay, cool. They sent out low punny again. This time it should definitely throw retaliate. We're gonna switch into Toge because it's less effective. Okay, we will fake out again. Okay. Now we are at 37 HP. They are around 46%-ish, somewhere around there. They have a chance to either retaliate or headbutt. They're going to switch into Timber, who takes either of them pretty fine, and then we'll kill with Wake Up Slap. Come on, Pitbull. Oh, they drain punched. Didn't expect that. Oh, I flinched. Uh-oh. Okay. We killed still, so that's fine. They sent out Combuskin. We're at 18 HP, which might change what they do.
Probably gonna go for Mach Punch.
They don't have Mach Punch, thankfully. But now instead of Incinerate, this is actually a pretty big deal. Instead of Incinerate, they can do one of 3 different moves. Because we got flinched and we took more damage than we expected. Because any of them kill now instead of just Incinerate killing. So we're gonna hope Incinerate is the roll. But there's nothing else I can do about this. Unless I sacrifice Timber. Here.
He's going down.
I could sacrifice Timber right now. Let me figure this out. Because the problem is if I switch into Kingdra and we get hit with double kick. We get hit with double kick twice. The nice thing is we get hit with double kick, we keep our Oranberry. We basically just need to make sure that the Hitmontop fake outs instead of Pursuit. The worst case scenario is that we take 38 times 2 plus minus 10. We take 66% damage. It puts us at 34% health. And that's the problem, is that there's a chance that Hitmontop will Pursuit instead of Fake Out. So I can guarantee lose Timber, or I could take a chance at losing Kingdra. I think this only happens if it's double kick instead of Thunder Punch. Because if it's Thunder Punch instead of double kick, then we have an extra 11% HP. Which then means that they always fake out. So it's really rolling a 1 in 3. It's only double kick. It also might only matter if it high rolls twice. So I think we're going to go for it. We're going to switch into Kingdra. Okay, they use Thunder Punch. Whew. As long as it doesn't paralyze, it paralyzes. Okay, cool. Alright, we're fine. So now, Bubble Beam. The 31 IV, this should one-hit KO. Yep, here's the double kick. That's fine. Okay, one-hit KO. They send out Hitmontop. Perfect. They're going to fake out. This is where it gets a little dicey. We're going to switch into Delcatty, who's going to take the fake out. We'll fake out, and then we have to hit the Sing. If we don't hit the Sing, we're losing at least 2 Pokemon, if not more. I crit with the... Ooh, wait. I crit with the fake out. What is that? Does that change anything? That might change something. Hold on. We're at 45. 45. Or Hitmontop. You crit. Let's see what health it's at. It is at... Looks to be about 57%. Seems right. Okay, so we still have to hit the Sing, unfortunately. Don't think there's a chance it's at 31. Yeah, because that's 55%, and it is not 55% for sure. It looks like it's about 55%, so 57 it is. Oh, I'm a dumbass. This thing knows Mach Punch. And that just straight up kills Delcatty before I can even sing.
Damn, brother.
Yeah. So this line just didn't work in the first place. Time to steer.
Bruh.
Yeah. So Mach Punch will strictly KO before I can do anything. So I'll probably have to figure out what I can switch. I have to sacrifice somebody. Probably Pitbull. And then I need to switch into something that doesn't die to Mach Punch. I need to figure out what doesn't die to Mach Punch before I can attack. Looks like that's Kingdra. But Kingdra will... die to double Mach Punch. No, it doesn't. It doesn't die to double Mach Punch unless one of them crits. So what I can do, I can sacrifice Pitbull. I switch into Cutie Pie, Togedemaru, who will fake out. And then switch... Wait, why am I doing that, actually? It's kind of just pointless, isn't it? No, it's not pointless. Because I'm slower. No, that's still pointless. Actually... yeah. Yeah, Togedemaru doesn't change anything. What is its HP at now? Oh, we have it here. It's at 57%. I could risk a 50-50 on my Staravia. I don't think I need to, though. Oh! Yeah, no, never mind. I don't need to. Actually, that wouldn't work anyway, because Mach Punch would still kill. Duh. Tadpole. Electric. Yeah, that doesn't help either. Okay. Yep, so so okay, yeah. That's what it is. We sacrifice Pitbull in order to send out Kingdra. Now the question really remains is Pitbull the better sacrifice, or is Electric the better sacrifice? The Tadpole. Or is Squawky the Staravia the better sacrifice? Probably not Squawky, since I just buffed it. I could keep my Delcatty as a sacrifice, because Delcatty is getting worse and worse. Oh wait, but hold on. What's my plan for... yeah. I might lose the Delcatty, and the next one is what's going to happen. Okay. Yep, here's the move. Here's the move. We have to switch. Goodbye, Pitbull.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. Alright, we send in Kingdra, who 2-hit KOs. And unless we get crit, we should be fine. I think I did the math wrong. I think we are still dead. to 50% of the mock punches. We're still dead to 50% of the mock punches. So we just kind of have to hope. We either hope. No, we have to hope. We have to hope. Oh, these pursuit instead. We're at 1 HP. They crit. We're at 1 HP though. That's right, because since we were low enough, they could have done pursuit instead. Oh, we lived through a crit too. That's crazy. All right, so now they have Scraggy. We're at 1 HP on our Kingdra. They can do anything between Feint Attack, Power Up Punch, and Rock Tomb. We're going to switch into Delcatty. We don't particularly care which one happens, because our whole plan is to fake out and sing and hopefully put it to sleep. And then we lose Delcatty still, which is fine. Okay, go into Delcatty. Use Rock Tomb. Okay. Oh, that lowers speed, doesn't it? Oh, that's really bad. Oh, that changes everything. Oh no. Wait, that changes everything. Okay, we still get the fake out. We still get the fake out, but now we're slower than it, and it has a guaranteed kill. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. I think we have to do another sacrifice. That or we Okay. Out of the Pokemon we have left, who can kill this thing? Staravia outspeeds and does 35%. Electric is at 40%. What HP are we at? We're at 29. They will always power up punch, which is not ideal. Okay, so what we can do, and this is effectively a guaranteed kill, is we sacrifice Electric. We get to send Delcatty back out. We fake out again. We play rough. Delcatty dies. That should have done 66% damage, which means that Aerial Ace should guarantee kill. Okay, triple check there isn't any other line we can do. We switch into Electric. Yeah, nothing happens there. That's fine. Togedemaru, I believe, is pretty low. But we can't go for that line instead. Yeah, that's the line. All right. That's the line. So we switch into Tadpole. You won't die off this hit, but you will die off the next hit. You did a good job, Tadpole. Alright, we send back in Mommy, who will fake out.
Sorry.
Mommy?
Mommy?
Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Alright, we did crit, but I don't think that changes anything. I think we still have to go for the fit damage move so that Staravia will always kill. Because if we try to go for a Sing and it doesn't work, then we lose another Pokemon. So we have to go for Play Rough. If Play Rough also crits, we can maybe keep our Delcatty. It actually, I think, did crit, but it did not do quite enough damage. So now we can even send in Cutie Pie. Let me double check there isn't anything else going on here. Because they're at like 1 HP. So Fake Out should kill. However, we're just going to send in Staravia just in case. Because I don't know for sure. And we are faster. And even Quick Attack. Just to make sure. And we beat Brawly.
Oh shit.
Seismic Toss. Okay.
It only cost you 3.
Cost me 3 Pokemon, but we did it. So now you got this far, right? But was it like the next trainer that you failed at, or what? Where exactly did you?
No, I called it there. I was like, okay, he killed 5 of my 6. So I was like, I'm done.
I see. Okay. So I don't have to beat another trainer. That's the new PB.
You're in the lead now.
I'm in the lead, and now I don't have to touch this game for a while.
You sound like you don't want to play.
I mean, I like the competition more than I like the game. It takes so much time. That's the big thing. Is it just takes so much time.
Fair. I respect that.
But I just like beating you.
You think you're gonna beat me?
I mean, I'm currently beating you.
Now, Codeman. You're in the lead for now, Codeman Jack.
I gotta update my death counter. Let's see. I also need to update my badge setting. All right, goodbye Tadpole. Goodbye Pitbull.
I come back and have a fucking legendary run. You have no idea.
Goodbye,
You ain't even ready.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to like get past here, and then I just like wipe at the next basic trainer and have to restart.
I would cry for you.
It's gonna happen. This box is kind of cursed. But until you get past where I'm at, I don't have to worry about it. That's a future me problem.
True. That is true.
That is a future me problem for sure.